Hey guys, I hope you guys are well. I just want to do a quick book review on this book and just tell you what I think about this book. So this book is called House of Salt and Souls by Erin A. Craig, and it's basically about there's 12 sisters, 12 Dormer sisters, and essentially the first we have I think the first four sisters have unfortunately passed away, and people, and we have the main character Anna Lay, if I'm saying it correctly, is trying to figure out, is it a curse or is someone's being murdered. And this book is so good. This is like a very nice gothic book, so if you like sea turtles, seas, balls and dancing and ghosts and just visions and just so gothic, this is so good. It's like gothic but set by the sea. This is a really good book. I love this book so much. My favorite book of the summer. I honestly want to reread this again. It is what it says in the review, like step inside a fairy tale, and there's definitely some fairy shoes going on in the book. This is such a good book, man. Like, I don't know how else to say this. Like it's not really even like the plot. There is a plot twist. I think some readers can figure it out. I kind of had my I had my thoughts like that, and I was right in who I thought it was. But sorry guys, I'm just drinking a bit of water. It was more like the ghost and the visions which this book has. Like the ghost, it's like, is it really testing if it's real or not? And it's really good. Anything like set by the sea, but it's like really wholesome, but also like aesthetic, but also really gothic, and just has a lot of mystery and a lot of storytelling. I honestly would love instantly, and this is one of those books. It does give me Fable vibes. If you look at my previous book review, you'll see Fable and Namesake a really good book. This is quite different in the sense like the writing is good, but it's not as good as Adrian Young has written in Fable and Namesake. So, but it's still really good because the way it's just like the mystery and the gothic in this book. Like, I love gothic books, and if you like gothic books but set by the sea, this is like really good. It's the characters are so good. They're so much better than Fable and Namesake. So much better. Like in Fable and Namesake, you can like only apart from the main character, there's no development in any of the other characters. But here, like the 12 sisters, they actually have an actual presence. They have an actual character. They have, well, with the exception of the one that passed away, but the others have like general development, really good bonding, and it's so good. I've ordered like the next book, House of Roots and Ruins by Erin A. Craig, which is about Verity's book, Verity's story, who is the youngest of the Dormer sister. She's 6 in this book, and she'll be 17, turning 18 in this book. So it's a long time. But yeah, she's the youngest. So we have the oldest one is Ava, who died of the plague. And this happens in the beginning of the story. Octavia, who died, I think she fell down in like a ladder. Elizabeth died of drowning. And then we have Yulie, who died by falling off the cliff, and that's what the first chapter opens to. And then we have Camille's the sister, who's alive. Anna Lay's the main character, she's 6th. And then we have the 7th, 8th, and 9th. They're the triplets. So we have, I think, Rosalie first, Lignia, and then Lenore. And then we have the Graces, who are Honor, Mercy, and then Verity, being 6 years old, is the youngest. And then we have the dad, and then we have their stepmother, Morella, who has a lot more tea that she could spill. But honestly, like, it was really good. This book, such an amazing, like, gothic book. I apologize for the noise downstairs. We have some vacuuming. But yeah, it's a really good book, and honestly, it's so good. Like, we had characters like Fisher and Cassius, who is Annalee's love interest. Like, more than Cassius, I love Fisher, and it's so ironic. Like, he's not even, like, unfortunately not even alive past a certain point in this book, but he was such a good character, but in a nice way, I knew he was gonna die in this book. But I was But there was one flaw, like one con I would give is the fact that they didn't cover everything that happens. Like, I don't know what happens to what happened to the dad in the end, or just a lot. There's some things that should be covered that I feel like they didn't cover, or what happens to I don't know, like obviously how Lenore comes through, and like what happens to Fisher in the end. Like, I know his demise, but like just like how it's done, I just feel like it wasn't done as right as it could, or like Yuli getting her justice, and yeah, it just, and I feel like I don't know if the sisters actually knew the truth or not. So I feel like a lot of things could have been covered, and they did rush it in the end. Most stories do. I feel like in the end they just really rush it. But overall, this is a really good book. I honestly would love to give it a 5 stars if it weren't for the certain things that should be covered. But I would honestly think my honest review is like a 4.9 stars. So it is close to a 5. But it's a really good book, guys. So really, I would recommend reading it. I will do a full book review on this where I go into depth of the characters and just like the story, like what's it like. But the key, honestly, if you look at the aesthetic, is so true to the book. That's one of the main thing I love about this book. So the aesthetic, like sea turtles. Let me just give you an example. Ooh, there we go, sea turtles here. So the aesthetic of this book is exactly what is actually honest in what shows in the story. I love the sisters, even the one that passed away. Like, I actually love all the sisters. Their characters wasn't irritating or annoyed, which you would get in other stories, like in Fable, Namesake. I'm just like, I hate certain characters like West, and I can't remember his sister's name, but I didn't like any of the characters but the main one. But here, I actually love like all the characters. I love all the sisters. They're not perfect. They're just so realistic to what sisters can be. They're one that you wish you had like 12 sisters. It's so fun to have. Honestly, I love the bond between the sisters, like the 12 Dormer sisters. They live they're quite rich, so they're essentially Dutchess. Their father owns, like, he handles like the boats that carry all the exports, and they live in a massive manor, like an estate on top of the cliff, so they're quite well off. So they're quite yeah, it's just really nice to see that even though they're privileged, they obviously take family very seriously, and it's quite important, and they have gone through a lot of harsh moments where their mother passed away at childbirth when she gave birth to Verity, so it was a lot of hardship. But honestly, I love this book, and I hope to see you guys soon. I am currently finishing off reading this book, which I paused for a moment. It was really hard reading books because of the heat wave, and also this book, Buried Alive, by Jackie Wilson, and the Seaside Sleepover, because it was just so hot, and it was just too hard for me to read. Like, it was so hot because of the heat wave, and I just haven't had time to like finish it off, and I also had like work, and I'm just finally having my days off, so I want to make use of it, so which is why. But honestly, the main thing is literally the heat wave, because I could have be reading this every weekend. I love this book, but this when I read it cooler months. Honestly, for a whole week I haven't read this book because of the heat wave, and I haven't touched these two because it was just too hot. It was just heat one after another. I haven't I haven't been able to catch a break. That's the main reason why I've been putting this off, and hopefully I'll read and I'll be able to give you a book review. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.